Hi, my name is Kevin Thomas, W1DED, and this is Q5 Ham Radio. Today I'm with the Contest Crew North America and Contest Crew Europe, at least two representatives from both.
Thanks, Kevin.
I think this call was initiated by a comment by Filipe CT1ILT, who said something online about he's got some disagreements with the Contest Crew North America. So I'm not sure what that was, Filipe, but why don't I just put it in your lap right away?
So I was saying that actually was on purpose. So we told you before we needed to do it. So I think it worked. So I'm pretty happy about it.
So you're just instigating then. I got it.
Yeah. So it worked 100%. So I'm pretty happy to see you guys, and nice to be able to talk to you guys live from the other side of the pound. So it's pretty cool.
Now you need to make a lot of jokes, Filipe.
Now that we know there's no disagreement, I know you guys are all preparing for WRTC, so let's start there. I mean, we're only days away from you guys getting on planes. Is everything all set? Randy, I'll start with you.
Actually, I'm not doing a very good job of getting ready. I've got half my station taken apart. It's sitting on a table, but I haven't figured out the exact list of things that's going or all the paperwork that's required for importing equipment, and I haven't figured out what suitcases I'm taking or what clothes or anything. But hopefully somewhere in the next 5 days that will all happen.
Chris, is the secret box all packed?
Yeah, secret box is all packed. I actually
make sure it's in this good suitcase.
Yeah, right. I haven't really touched anything since we went down to Indy 7K for 7QP because I've been too busy. So the whole point was to do everything early, not have to worry about it. So this weekend, hopefully I can double check everything. Our chief strategist is hard at work on our strategy, and I'm literally working all day, every day for the last month, so I haven't had a lot of time, which I knew was going to happen. So we'll be ready. Don't you worry, we'll be ready, but it's kind of a mad scramble. So.
And Braco, what's the status there in Austria?
Let me say something to Chris first. So I'm traveling with their transceiver, so.
Yes, I did protest against that. Yeah,
there will be secret button.
Yes,
secret button.
Carson said, Carson said he was watching you.
Make your RAM to Chris and Dan. No, just kidding. Everything is ready. I'm packed. All custom work is done. Yeah. Starting on Tuesday morning.
I saw on Facebook you had this big stack of Pelican cases or industrial cases. What all are you bringing?
He's bringing
what do you need? It's just you just need two radios. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, well, inside are some switching, computers, some filters, power supplies. I don't know. Secret boxes. I have 43. I have 43 items on my customs declaration. So it's nothing fancy. It's more or less every last WRTC is the same setup. Yeah. Besides, it's different radios, but it's basically the same what I had in Italy.
At least you don't have to bring your climbing belt on this trip.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what? Take it anyway. Take it anyway because we never know.
No. That's gonna be not in the car. But basically it's the same. Everything is same like in Italy. Beside I have also a tuner for a wire antenna for 80 meter external tuner, and otherwise 2 radios, some microhum stuff, switching, grounding. We are bringing no laptops. We are bringing 2 small format PCs with monitors. Additional table, so small table which can be packed, and that's it. So
yeah, but Braco forgot to tell you guys he's going by car. He's not coming by plane. This is why he's bringing so much stuff.
That's cheating, man.
No, but
we already have a built-in excuse.
This is really important because when we went to Italy, we did the same. We drove. So we took everything, and we took spares, which is important.
Yeah,
we are not.
I'm
not bringing anything in spare.
I have a spare radio. I have a spare microhum stuff. I have everything spare. So that's why so many boxes.
Well, good for you guys. I'm happy.
But the most important is Chris and the dance radios. This is the most important. And Braco,
Yeah,
let's talk about this after.
Hey,
Hey,
Filipe, what about yourself?
Yeah, we're in good shape. I actually got pretty sick last week, so I'm still recovering, but I think we'll be good. My voice is still a little bit odd because
it's a
I
CW
completely lost the
contest, come
voice.
on.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Actually, that's the good part is that I had very big problem with the back last week. I was blocked in the hospital in Belgium,
Oh,
so I was really not in good shape. And during the week, during my travel in business in France, that it was so hot, between 46 to 49 degrees Celsius. And of course, I'm not used to it. So I put the AC down, so a lot down, and I shouldn't. So I completely lost my voice. I couldn't even talk to to my manager. So it was pretty bad. But we're in good shape. We're finishing some stuff too, some materials. I even got message from Imanol a couple of hours ago that he got the last parts, and they are finally working because we ordered a couple of chips and they I don't know why. Sometimes you order in Amazon, AliExpress, and they send you stuff that it's not exactly what it should do. So, so this time we ordered Mauser or DG key, I don't remember, and now it's the good stuff. So we're good to go. And equipment-wise, we're not, we don't have any custom declarations made yet because actually, um, from our perspective, we're coming from Europe in airplanes, so I think we only need to do the C108. Actually, the C108 is pretty weird because you can only declare 3 items. So they told us, don't worry, make a list, put the serial number of stuff, and you'll be good. So we're pretty confident it will be okay. I think it can't be any worse than it was in WRTC 214 in Boston. So everything went smoothly. So I think we're fine.
that was nice one for me. I didn't have anything with me.
Did
we got
Chris bring your radio?
No. I was with Ivan. Ivan is bringing a triplexer switching and his radio, and I borrowed the radio in US. So it was a little bit weird. I only had a notebook, but our setup was like crap. Anyway, but
Well,
what are you
anyway,
complaining about the heat? You are the guy from South Europe.
not that heat. The heat when you cannot even breathe. That's the problem. It's so hot that even outside you cannot breathe. This was a very big problem. So I was better inside the car than outside. So I kept inside the car all the time. But the temperature was so freaking the difference was so high that it really got my voice. So, but anyway,
I can remember in Moscow it was very hot at the WRTC there, and what happens is you're fine for a while and then you just lose your mind. It's very hard to stay focused when it's that hot. It doesn't matter how much you drink. There's no air conditioning, so you just have to deal with it. Sitting in a tent with the sun beating down, hoping that it'll get dark soon. That's all you can do.
Let's hope it's gonna be not so hot like in the last days.
Yeah, well, if it's not hot, it'll be raining, so we can pick our poison one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll get a preview when we watch the Formula One race in Silverstone this weekend. We'll get to see what we're
yeah,
heading to.
exactly.
Randy, you always seem to have an inside track of what's going on with all these contests, and WRTC is no exception. What are you hearing from the WRTC organizing committee or other competitors? Are people settling in? It seems like the thread has now moved on to coffee machines and tables, so I think seems like we've moved past the important topics, but is that correct?
Well, you have to realize, as someone when you're running or organizing a WRTC, you have a million details to worry about. And what people are talking about on the participant reflector is usually not in the top 100 list. So, yes, there's been some funny conversations there. But I think for the organizers, they're expressing a lot of confidence that they have everything under control. They sent out a note that they reached their fundraising goal to be able to hold the event, which is a good thing at this date. And we saw the preview of the WRL stuff. To me, that was the biggest unknown of this was WRL, and we saw that at one of the previous shows. So I feel like now we're just at the point where we all have to get there, which again, when you're organizing and you have whatever it is, 150 plus people or 200 people that are coming from around the world, and you have to get them from one big airport, 2 hours away to the event hotel, there's always somebody who's late or misses their plane or needs some different arrangements. So that's the kind of thing I expect that they're worried about. And then just the volunteers, the number of people it takes to set up 50 stations cannot be underestimated. That's a lot of work to do in really 2 days.
Now, the other side of it, we've tried to get the word out about WRTC, so there's more people on the air. Do you have a sense that more of the ham radio community is dialing into this?
I don't. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a lot of publicity in other areas, but ham radio in the summer is weird, right? Everybody just goes and does something else. And so I guess it's not too unexpected that there's not a lot of chatter right now, but I'm not really hearing anything about it in my local club or in any of the newsletters.
I was asking many people in Friedrichshafen if they are aware about WRL and everything. And I'm sorry to say this, but let's say even active contestants have no clue where to search and how to look for it. So I'm a little bit afraid this is not really good place, but maybe it's going to be changed. Maybe people going to change their attitude when they go, let's say, a day before contest on the website and click there. I was Italian did a good job like with this platform because they tested year before, and they have those hands on a special station, and so everyone was already using it before. And now we are heading to the new platform, and nobody has really idea how does it works. And I just hope that people gonna click on it and will get along with it. Otherwise, it could be a little bit boring, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've been surprised that all the promotion says just go to WRL's website. But you go there, and of course, they're selling their other products and other things. There's really very little mention of WRTC or what to do. So there's not a landing page for people to go to or to build some promotion around. So, but I think it's like all these things, people will figure it out at the last minute. There's too many people coming from too many parts of the world for there'll be people looking for us and chasing us. But it's just summer, and we don't have the big solar flux anymore. So it's summer, and the high bands are boring sometimes.
No, this means Randy has been studying the propagation too. Nice.
No, I turn on the radio. I don't.
You turn on. Yeah.
I'm not a big studier. I just get on the air, and if there's nobody to talk to, the bands are bad.
Okay.
We're hoping for sporadic E. That'll be the most important thing that can happen on the weekend.
Yeah. That's the way to go, yeah.
On Friday and Monday.
Of course.
As always.
Of course. No, it'll all be on Friday because every contest this year, the conditions leading up to the contest have been great. And then we have some solar event during the weekend.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's hope for the best. But I didn't see 6 meter and 2 meter were not so bad with the sporadic, but it was nothing on 10. So that was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, but did you go to 28.074 just, make sure? Because, it doesn't mean anything right now,
I was checking a little bit the conditions, and also there was like 10 days ago, something like that, the 15 was like open like a hell in the morning. Like West Coast was so loud in Echo 7 that was like a couple of years ago during the summertime, like only W6 W7, but everyone was like S9 plus. So, but that was only for one day, unfortunately.
And in Bosnia, not in England.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same path. Maybe it was there too. I don't know. No. Well, that's my job for the next day. So I will open the old logs and see the behavior of the people. I wasn't so much on the air on besides 6 meter. But my plan is a little bit to see what the people did do in the last WRTCs in the next days. Otherwise,
Well, we expect the Europeans to have a big advantage. You guys, it's like your home turf. You know the propagation from there. We're coming from far away. We don't know anything.
come on.
Yeah, but
Figure it
Randy,
out.
We know nothing.
We know nothing.
the same, you know. You know, when you get
Give me
there
your vote.
and there's a flare on Friday, you don't care about propagation anymore, you know.
You know you will be surprised how much antenna turning gonna be needed from there. So
It's going to be ridiculous how much that antenna gets.
yeah. This is. I was surprised myself for WPX when I realized, oh, that's not gonna be good. So rotator's gonna be hot.
Hope it doesn't
And
fail.
plus, both guys want to have the antenna pointing in a different direction.
You guys are talking about this, but it's true because the last couple of days, this is exactly the questions we have been we've been texting each other, Imanol and myself. What is the priority? Who's gonna take control of it? All of this because in the end, you know, if we don't do it with some rules, it's gonna be like Braco say. It's gonna go, you know, you're trying to work US pileup, but the guy turned the antenna to Africa to work a mold, so you lost the whole
Which
US. So yeah.
That's why it's a team, right? You got to work together because if you don't, it's not going to work.
This is why Chris and Dan, you know, they're always there because they've been doing it for so long. They know
Makes a
how
difference.
they know, you know, when to breathe and how to breathe at the exact same, you know, time. And this is why I choose always the same partner now. You know, we're trying to operate together for some time so we can do like you guys because I think it's really nice what you guys have created after all these years of friendship, and this is very important. And you know, yeah, I think you have a very big advantage, even if it's in Europe. I think you have the very big advantage is you know you both know how to operate together for a long time. So
I don't know.
it's fantastic.
That's why I took a young guy, so he needs to listen to me. And something wrong happened. I can blame. I can blame him.
Blame on him. Okay, we'll
You're
take
not the
that.
team leader,
We'll
are
note
you?
that for next time. Poor Sven.
They're
So
trying to puff you up, Chris, so you can't get on the plane.
Yeah, right? Man,
No, we don't care anymore. We have his radio.
that's true.
No,
You know,
they're gonna get
they said-
705 instead of 7851.
It doesn't matter. We'll be fine. But in 2014, Joe Rudy drove our radios from Oregon to Boston. So having our radios driven this time, it's a good omen. So thank you for that.
So I will be again of the charge of the record, right?
Yeah,
Prepare
right.
the-
Your record or their record?
Yeah, no matter, record.
Just record.
So bring the radios for the winners, prepare the station for the winner. So, okay. Anyway,
You know, to go back to we were talking about how to decide where the antenna should be pointed and working together as a team. At least with the networking, you can always see what your partner is working.
Yeah.
So I notice with Tom and I, a lot of times just keeping an eye on what's going on with the other guy gives you a good clue as to what he's seeing and where the antenna needs to be and that kind of thing. Of course, I'm always driving him crazy because I'm the guy chasing multipliers, so turning it in different directions. But when you get down to it, I think the strategy is pretty simple. 5 points for DX and 2 points for Europe. The rate is in Europe, but the points are going to come from somewhere else, and you just can't give those away.
I'm going to write that one down. You know, you guys make a good point, Randy. You know, Dan and I, when we operate, for better or worse, we're always watching what the other guy does, and we're always questioning what the other guy does. Like, hey man, why are you there? What are you doing? What is this? Like, it's constant.
Absolutely.
The gab is like constant for 24 hours. It's got to be as much as a multi-multi.
You use the gab?
Yeah, we use the gab.
The guy's right next to you.
Yeah, he's got noise canceling headphones and he's working, guys.
But Brady doesn't.
I mean, so if Dan's doing something and I question it, it's not like it's an insult, like, hey, you're screwing up. It's like, I need to legitimately know what you're doing. Or you talk about turning the antenna, it'll be like, hey, I'm turning the antenna for this ZS real quick, and then I'll turn it back. And if he doesn't turn it back, then you reach over and you slap him and say, hey, give me the antenna back. But it is literally a constant stream of gabs the entire time.
I also notice that having both of us watching the QSOs as they roll by, occasionally you'll see a call sign that doesn't look right, and you can ask the guy, are you sure you got that one right? Because in this contest, I think accuracy will count for a lot.
It's everything.
Chris, we've had conversations on Q5 about level playing field. How are you feeling about that?
So Kevin wants a controversy is what he wants.
I'm trying.
That's what he's looking for. Level playing field, there's a lot of aspects there. I really like the tents in the field aspect. So the stations are all level. Sometimes it can be miserable in a tent, but if everything's the same and the terrain's the same, that takes a lot of variables out. Some guys will have technology. We don't have 84 Pelican cases with switching, and we didn't order fancy switches and chips and whatever, but they make the rules so you can't do a whole lot of stuff. The good thing is you can always have a built-in excuse too if you didn't go nuts on the tech inside. But level playing field, make sure that everybody works everybody. Tell your friends to work every WRTC station there is. Tell them to spot them all. That equalizes the playing field. That's super important. It's unfortunate that things happen, and then it's part of the game. But we like to minimize any kind of unnecessary. How do I put this? Unnecessary advantages that everybody knows shouldn't be taken.
You're talking about cheerleading?
Cheerleading plus, yeah.
Cheerleading plus.
As long as everybody works everybody, it's great. We've all seen the penalties. I wasn't in Italy. I just saw the aftermath. I was drinking wine and eating pasta.
Did you make the analysis of the logs from previous years?
I did.
So you know about the cheerleading, and
I was there in 2018. I'm fully aware of the cheerleading.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, and here's your controversy, Kevin. The guys that do it continue to do it, and it's just unfortunate because it ruins the game. But, if you beat them at their own game, it's all that much better, so that's what we're trying to do.
We talk about cheerleading like everybody knows what it is, but cheerleading really comes down to organized or semi-organized or even not organized, but word of mouth kind of things where countrymen all try to work their own team and not the other teams. So they're trying to build an advantage. Maybe they use their own call, their club call, their friend's call, their dad's call, whatever they feed QSOs in. Of course, to the operators, it doesn't always sound unusual because, a lot of people are calling me. But when you look at it in the end, you realize that one country had a lot of QSOs with their countrymen who was in the competition, and it really starts to be unfair. So that's why the best thing you can do to help the competition is to work every WRTC station you can find on every band and mode and let the operators in the competition settle things rather than all this assistance from the outside. You can still spot guys all you want. It'd be better if you spotted everybody, not just your guys. That to me, what is interesting is the call signs. They say they're going to announce what the call signs look like on Thursday, so there'll be some advance notice what the WRTC calls will be. I'm just hoping they're not things like Sugar 531 November or whatever I had in Slovenia. Hopefully they're somewhat normal call signs, but you'll know the calls. You'll have the WRL scoreboard to be able to see who you've worked and who you haven't. So just go fill out the bingo card as much as you can, and everybody will have a good time.
Mike 777DX.
Okay, you can have that one. But yes, I just hope there's one number. As long as there's only one number, it'll be fine.
I'm betting there is only one number.
I was
I hope so too.
I was
Two-letter prefix.
trying to get any information out of the guys when I was in England, but they were like dead.
Yeah.
British
Well,
style.
I don't even think they used to tell us what the format was going to be until we got the call sign thing at the, before the contest. So if they at least give us some idea what we're up against, we can practice saying golf or
But
Mike or whatever letter they end up with.
to be honest, I don't know what's the issue. So they could announce the call signs in the front, so it doesn't matter actually. So
Oh, at least the prefix, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just part of the tradition of the competition. And also, I think in some of the countries, they didn't know what the call signs were going to be
Randy,
until almost the last minute. So
Let's not talk about tradition, Randy, because if we start with traditions, we'll go to a subject that nobody want to talk about. So let's
Why
not
do you
talk
say
about
that?
traditions. No, let's not go there.
Oh, please do.
I think it's better we don't do it. You all guys,
You
guys,
started
we're
it.
talking. Guys, we're talking about flags. So
no,
that's
come
the
on,
tra-
no flags, please.
that's the tradition.
Please,
That's the
please,
tradition.
please, no flags. We had those discussion in Friedrichshafen, so
We have it every single day with the WhatsApp groups and everything. So the discussion is there.
yeah, so for people watching, there's been a decision by the organizers that they don't want any national symbols or flags or signs or whatever. And hey, we're all this quote Olympics unquote of amateur radio. We show up and we all have to be representing a qualifying area, not a country. And it's kind of unfortunate because I think ham radio exists in a multicultural world. We all know each other. We all talk to each other. Even when we're at war, we still seem to find a way to talk to the other guys because we need them for a multiplier. And so I'm not really sure what they're afraid of, but it's been interesting in that they've made their decision and they seem unwilling to change it. So we all have to wear our it's like we're going to Wimbledon. We all have to wear white.
Yeah, right.
No colors.
I vote for the Q5 flag at every tent.
I was going to ask, maybe, at least the Q5 uniform, but not in black, because if it gets hot, we're gonna get screwed.
you need to put your T-shirt off.
So we can't advertise countries, but we can advertise products and companies. So there
Yeah,
you go.
that's
Then
fantastic.
the commercialism has made it to WRTC now.
Well, Dan and I do have team T-shirts this year for the first time ever, with no flags. But
Is it Team
Does
North
Does it say
America?
I'm with stupid?
no, we
Wait,
thought about
wait.
that one.
Is it Team North America?
No, it is not Team North America. I think everyone will be happy with what we did, but
Okay.
N6
It's,
MJ sucks.
that might be on there. Yeah.
If it's not there, it's a big fail.
Yeah. No,
Get
it's
ready to print something because
It's there. So,
even on my freaking site, the guy puts his name is not Chris, it's N6MJ sucks.
Yeah,
Incredible.
By the way, just to show how competitive these WRTC competitors are, Filipe puts out his really nice CW trainer. What's the URL for that? Like CW Forever?
Yeah, CWForever.eu/trainer.
So all of a sudden, all the WRTC guys show up there, and the speeds just keep going up and up and up. I can't even copy 70 words a minute, so I'm out.
Yeah, but you know what? It has been so freaking cool because, when you do something for the community and you see that guys like Dan, Chris, and, they got there. They were number one. But then you see those freaking crazy guys, HST guys, that come up and they just kill the thing. And then on Facebook, they absolutely send me 1,000 messages. We need another rank. It's not possible. We need another type of ranking because these HST guys are completely mad. So, what it shows is that guys really like this kind of competition. Even if it's not online, or even if it's in the radio or online, everybody likes this kind of competition. So I think it's healthy, and just for everyone to be clear, it's completely free. I did it on the train from Paris to Clermont and Clermont to Paris because my team from CR6K, it started just like this. They needed to practice typing on the keyboard. So this is the first step for me for contesting. And it's not that they suck, but some guys, they are quite slow. So I wanted to show them the difference between the speed on typing. So I put the thing up and I said, why not try and put voice on it? So I put voice on it. And then I said, I know there are Morse runner roofs. They're fantastic. They're the best. I'm not competing with them. It just was just, for pleasure. So I put CW on it, and, the voice smashes it because everybody likes trying to get calls and everything. But the competition in CW, when the HST guys come, it's completely incredible. Guys getting words. And just one thing, I limit it to 80 words per minute because I'm sure if I put it to 100 words, there would be guys that got 100 words per minute. So the first limit was 70 actually, and the guys told me you need to go a little bit up. So I put 80, and I could go even further, but I said no, guys, let's leave it like this and see if we can do something.
Of course, you could just add QRM and more signals calling at the same time, and that would take care of those HST guys.
Absolutely.
So what's the URL again? It's CWForever.
It's CWForever.eu/trainer. Yeah, and you just put your call, and of course there's some verification behind to just to check if you're not some random pirates, because we had guys that wanted to send scripts with call signs and everything. So I had to take care of it. Otherwise, it's unfair. Even it's free, and you want to do something nice to the community. There's always these tricky guys that want to, be there, just their call sign on the top, and when you open the log, you see, when 0.15 seconds that every contact you see, okay, that was nice, but it's not you. So, when I started it as, like a pleasure, and now every day I need to correct something because there's something that needs to be corrected. So, I've been doing it for 10 days. So I think now it's pretty stable. So for now it's focused on WRTC now.
So you're busy, so you will not have time
No, today was the last. Actually, today is very funny because today, I don't know if you guys connected to it. Sorry to keep you the time, Kevin. But today I put up the logo. There was no logo, so there was one guy, Spanish guy, a good friend, Roger, Mike. He sent me a message. He said, "Your thing is absolutely amazing, but it misses a logo because when you open the website, on the top, the I don't know how it's called. The little icon on the top of the browser, it just showed the black world. So I created a logo today." My wife chose the colors, and there you go. So from today, it has a logo.
You need a flag. You need a flag.
I have a flag. Don't worry about it. The flag actually was the second thing I put on it.
By the way, I opened it yesterday, the folder of the emails, so WRTC reflector, and that was like coffee. And then flag, coffee,
I don't drink
flag.
coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not sure what all the big deal is.
All right, guys, in the interest of time, I need to get this edited before we all leave next week. So any final comments before we wrap up?
You can tell we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Please call us. Look into the website. Find us on the radio. Spot everyone, work everyone.
Actually, call us, but don't call them.
We're working backwards now.
Yeah.
Well, now that we figured out how to get all you guys together on one call, we should do it again in the future. But thank you for joining me today.
Thank you guys. It was fantastic. Right. Let's do it again after. I think it will be amazing.
My name is Kevin Thomas, W1DED, and this is Q5 Ham Radio.
See you in England.
See you at the WRTC.
See you guys. Have fun.